Episode 2 here on the Kirk Minahan Network, the YouTube network. I think we got to jump into the KMS news, right? We have to hop right into it. The big announcement on Monday's show, a surprise Monday show. I didn't know it was happening. Do you think it's real? First of all, Kirk is saying that it's going to be a year off after probably this summer after the Wilbur. Yep. Do you think he's actually going to take a year off? And do you think that's happening?
100%.
Really? Yeah. Think he's just going to do the case from here on out, or do you think the show is ever going to be back again?
Maybe not. I would say it's closer to that than even your other one of thinking maybe that he's. What do you think, he's bluffing?
Not that he's bluffing, but just people can change. You know what I mean? It could be like a in the moment type thought.
I could see like a coming out of retirement ish.
Yeah, exactly. Like I guess you're right. I think it's more likely that he takes the year off and just done with the show altogether and just continues to do the case stuff and something on the side. But I fear that the Kirk Minahan show, as we know it, as we love, is going to be ending, at least from his words, starting in the Wilbur show, I think it's July 17th or something like around that. So it'll be at the end of this summer. This is kind of the...
And he's saying that's the last show, the Wilbur show itself?
Well, he said he's going to do a couple more of the live shows, right? That's what they alluded to that, and then...
The live show, huh?
Yeah, like exactly. But no, they're going to do they're potentially do their Midwest tour or whatever it's going to be, and then they'll do the Wilbur show, and then he said that's going to be it for KMS. So obviously very sad, if true. I still am not going to... I'm not going to react to the way I would react if I knew the show was over, because there's like a glimpse of hope for me. Like I still think that this could be like a heat of the moment thought. This could be maybe him saying...
Weird, we were talking about it the other day, kind of.
So I have the sound, kind of play our sound, right?
Yeah.
I have the sound of us. This was completely not planned. Me and you, 5 minutes before we started recording on the first episode of this, we were like, let's talk about some Kirk topics real quick. Let's rattle some off. And you were like, why do you think he still does the show? And I was like, that's a great question. I really don't know. And this was on fucking what? Like Monday, and he comes out less than a week later, and this is what's happening? This is what we said. He seems like he's got a lot of money. It seems like the show stresses him out based off some of the things he talked about. I know he deals with a lot of mental health issues and stuff like that. Why do you think he still does the show?
I don't know. I bet you it's similar to like a stand-up comedian when like it's therapeutic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like to be able to just go and vent, do whatever you want, full control, has an audience that likes it, enjoys it. He's making content, making other people happy. Like I bet you there's some like as miserable as it is for him at times, I'm sure it's also quite therapeutic.
And I agree with that. I still do. I imagine that is I don't know if therapeutic's the perfect word, but like I think he gets some sort of happiness out of doing the show and people liking his show. Yeah. But I guess that's from the sound of what he's talked about today. It sounds like it's no longer the case. You know what I mean? He sounds like he's interested more in the investigative podcast series and kind of just done with this
radio-esque.
I guess, I don't know how, because it's not like
sounds like he wants to do some kind of content at least, but like
no, he's very into the investigative stuff. He's obviously the case season 2 is coming out this year.
Has he announced what it is? Or?
Not the topic of it, but it's been more of a, I think he just postponed the date a little bit because he's still working on some stuff, but we don't know what the case is or anything like that. No. But we do know there's a second season, and he talked about how he wants to do a third season, and I don't know how it's going to work with Barstool. I know he did say, like, he would never want to work for another company, right? That's been his thing for a while now. He loves Barstool.
Backing the freedom, you know?
Yeah, obviously, right? He loves being able to talk about whatever the hell he wants. Do you think there's a realistic number that a company could pay him, not Barstool, just say whatever media company, and say, Kirk, will you come back and do the Kirk Minahan show as we know, as we love it? Do you think there's a number that he would take? Because obviously he's well off and he's financially secure. Do you, you know what I mean? Is there if someone said, hey, $8 million a year.
Yeah, I'm sure you get blown away by like some kind of stupid ESPN offer, but like.
That's what I mean. Like Lebitard got like $20 million a year. So it'd be hard for me. Yeah.
No fucking way.
So that's my point.
No, he didn't make. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. No, he definitely did.
Dan Lebitard.
Yeah.
20 million.
It might have been more. Yeah.
A year.
Yeah. He's got crazy.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'll look it up right now if you really don't believe me.
Yeah, you have to. There's no way he has a following like that?
Yeah, man.
No.
Yes.
He stinks.
I know, but like, you know how these guys are? I'm sorry, 50 million. Yeah, okay, 50 million over 3 years. So what's that? 17 million a year?
Jesus
whatever.
Christ.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's paid, man. So my point is, if a person as talented as Kirk, who clearly just likes working at Barstool, I don't think he's in it for the money. But is there a number that a company could offer him and say, hey, man, like, just please come give us some ratings, come give us some relevance. We want the Kirk Minahan show to the best of the ability as it can be right now.
Yeah, probably, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be a number. Everybody's got a number.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I'd like to think, but
at the same time, like
if you're well off, you know what I mean? Do you have a number?
Yeah, you still have a number. Mm-hmm. It's just more up. It's just higher.
That's true.
Your number is just bigger than everybody else's. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I like you're saying, I would think that he enjoys some part of it. So you would think that maybe down the line after having a break from it that he's going to miss it.
Yeah. We'll play his sound. This is what he said on the show on Monday. This is his thoughts on it.
I spoke to some people at Barstool, I won't say who, and my family, and I was about to quit for about 2 hours on Saturday. I was done.
Why?
Done doing the show. Because I didn't really want...
just in general?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing happened?
No. I was just kind of like about 80% there, and then I said, I'll hang on, but I'm going to do the show until the Wilbur, and then I'm going to take a year off after the Wilbur.
Whoa.
From the show. At least a year off from the... So there will be no Kirk Minahan show after the Wilbur.
Oh my goodness!
Yes.
That ebbs and flows with you.
No, that I can tell you. That I can tell you is official.
So yeah,
I think if he goes out during this year, and it sounds like he's gonna, like you're saying, he's going dedicated to the case too. I think if he finds great success in it, you might not see him come back.
I mean, he's already found great success though.
Well, I know, but
right?
I think he's like if he can really get a groove and like get a thing going here. I think he'll say, see you later to KMS. I'm now.
Okay, but that goes to our question of why does he do the show? Because you know what I'm saying? Like you're saying,
I don't think he wants to be retired. I don't think he wants to just sit around and do nothing.
Yeah,
probably I agree. Just not in him.
You know I agree with that. I agree with that, but I also think like you're saying, like it doesn't sound like the show is his biggest priority. I think it's more of an attitude like I've done this before. I've mastered this craft. I'm bored. Not bored, maybe not bored, but like I know I can do this. I want more of a challenge. I guess you're right. Bored might be the word, but more just like ambitious. Like I feel like he thinks he caught something on the case season 1. He found his groove, and I think he can make even better shit going forward with this type of investigative podcast. Because me and you both said that he's the perfect guy for it. When we first heard about the true crime, like somebody who gets obsessed with the show, somebody who's dedicated to reporting, has done like the actual official journalism side of things. Like he is perfect for it, and he's a master behind the microphone. So I do understand why he would want that new challenge. I think it's going to be great, but I don't think there's ever going to be a show like the Kirk Minahan show, which disappoints me.
Yeah.
It really, like, we've been listening to for how long now? We were talking about today.
I know, it's weird. Since, I mean, what year? That must have been what?
At least 10 years. Yeah, at least 10 years, I would
2011?
say. Yeah.
He was probably on the scene.
I think he really came into his groove probably in like
12, 13.
Yeah, it was like that but it was definitely, he was on the radio for the Patriot, like full time for the Patriots Seattle Super Bowl in 2014. So like I would say definitely pre that. It's whatever, 8-10 years I remember of just,
Yeah, he I mean, maybe it was a little later than 2012 then.
That's what I'm saying. It was right around that, but like I don't. People talk about the Stern Show. I hear Minifans talk about it. I hear Kirk talk about it. I've heard you even talk about it
because you used to be.
Yeah,
used to be
how great it used to be. How amazing the show was, and how it was just a different than anything else. And that's kind of what KMS, Dennis and Callahan, Kirk and Callahan was for me, at least growing up. Yeah. Like it was all I listened to. I mean, it was must listen to 5 days a week. I knew the guest on who they had on Monday, who they had on Tuesday. You know what I mean? We knew the rotating cast of characters they were bringing on. It was honestly, it was part of my life. As pathetic as that sounds, but like same deal with the Kirk Minahan show. And now it's just it hurts me to almost hear that it's going to end. I don't know.
No, the guys at work are gonna be bummed.
Yeah, no good. Yeah,
it sucks. At least he says it's not more of like a gripe thing with people within the thing. Like, it doesn't seem like it's like a.
Well, that was another question I had. Do you think there's something going on that the audience doesn't know about?
Nah, I think he's pretty open about it. I think he would tell everybody. I think he would, if there was like a beef or something going on. Is that what you mean?
Not a beef, just like maybe an issue that's not directly related to him. Say maybe
like with Erica or like
no. Say forget Barstool, forget the company. Say a personal issue, like a family member says, you know what, we don't want you to do this, or something's happening in his life where he's got to pay more attention to something. My point is, this just so kind of.
How much time do you think he puts in?
Dude, a lot. He puts in a lot.
No, I don't mean that in a sly way like that. I mean like, kind of like we were talking about Tom Brady. Like once you're done and you're like we from a grown man that has to work every day. Like when you kind of like calculate your hours, like you can only if you're gonna do nothing, you like you have a lot of free time on your hands. Like
especially if your kids are in school.
Yeah, like I'm sure like he's gonna want to occupy himself in some way.
I would imagine so, and that's why I think the case thing going forward. My thing was the only reason why I asked that question is because a guy like Kirk, who's so open with his audience, it's kind of just blindsided, at least myself, someone who's somewhat obsessed with the show. Like that just made me maybe the slight chance
that
that
blindsided. We were even asking ourselves. We were like, what's the point now?
Well, I just meant like there's nothing going on. There's no, and the show's been great lately. There's not a stale point. I think,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
There was no like reason in the sense of like this is.
And he even said it himself. It would be kind of nice to go out on top. And I don't know if the show's the best it's ever been, but it's somewhat. It's right there. You know what I mean? I think Dave Cullinan's been a great producer. Going, he's kind of replaced. I have no idea.
You're going, what the fuck?
He's
you think he had any idea?
I think that was
sound
like it. If Steve quit on the air without telling Kirk. If I know anything about the Kirk Minahan show, he didn't tell Dave Cullinane before he hit the red button, right? You can't imagine. You think he said to him, "Hey Dave, but we got to play surprise for a second.
I'm
gonna announce this. Play pretend like there's no way. You know how he works."
Well, he might say, "Dave, I'm not saying that the show like before he announced this. I bet you there was maybe a conversation where he's like, Dave,
I disagree.
Don't be shy on opportunity. If anything presents yourself, just keep your open and you let me know. Just let me know. I'll never be mad if you ever find anything. Like, I wouldn't doubt if you like let that out, just so he can be like,
maybe.
But also, maybe not.
I think
also maybe he didn't give a fuck what Dave Cullinane was going to consider him. But
unless something changes with Barstool, where they're like, "Hey, we're not paying you this money, or we're going to switch your contract up, or whatever."
Cullinane or
with Kirk, because Cullinane's contract, I don't know. I shouldn't say I know this. I would imagine the way they talk about it. He works for Kirk and his revenue or whatever. So unless Barstool's like, "Hey, Kirk, we're not going to re-up you if you're not going to do the Kirk Minahan show," then I think Cullinane would have a problem. But if they're going to still continue doing the case and really commit to the case, I don't think there's going to be that big of an issue. I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a lot.
Yeah, that is. Like, will his salary for what he made, I'm sure he makes good money for doing both. I'm sure he gets compensated for both. So I'm sure he's like sitting there going, so if we're no longer doing that, are we cutting my salary in half here?
Or whatever the value of the case is per year?
Yeah, that'd be tough.
Yeah.
It'd be a fun conversation.
It is. And the news comes on our second week of joining the Kirk Minahan YouTube network. And I would say...
We said 2 weeks.
We said 2 weeks. We did say that. Based off some of the Twitter reaction, I would say Twitter's been fantastic. KMS Twitter's been lit. The YouTube network's been reunited. I mean, you know what I mean? This has been really a good thing going for the fans. Yeah, it's been positive. Exactly. That's a good way to put it. Everything's been positive. This was... That's why it's a shock to me.
Except for Menners, but everybody but...
Oh, I'm glad you said it. I'm so glad you said that.
Fake
because
Aussie.
That fucking guy. This is the thing. Like, I knew I had that tweet in the back of my head. Remember I said this to you before we even did the show. I'm like, I know this guy talks shit about Beyond Average, but you know what? We'll play off a little bit.
Clear the slate.
We clean slated him. We said, Menners, we're fine. And he's just been taking stray shot after stray shot. He was talking how much of a drip you were, talking how our show sucks. I mean, I don't get, I'm going to play him real quick so people have a little bit of context. If you hadn't heard, what's his show? Minifandom?
No idea.
Minahandom? Him and VD, they've screwed me up. I don't know. But this is Menners. This is what he had to say about Beyond Average joining the Kirk Minahan YouTube network. This is stunning.
A new show entered the network, the Beyond Average podcast, and I listened to the first 15 minutes, and Mick said some really nice things. He said that he wants to start again with the Minifans. He said I called him a talentless fuck. I probably did, and I stand by that statement. But yeah, I don't like the show. I don't like them. I don't think they're interesting. But it was fine. Like, it's not for me. Like, I don't want to hear these two morons shoot the shit about it. And Kirk made a reference today about it. Yeah, let's put a show on the network where they just talk about shit. And like, good on them. I'm glad they're doing it.
Good on them.
But it's not.
Shut the fuck
up. He an absolute puke.
Yeah.
All you can hear is jealousy. He still hasn't got a fucking. Kirk doesn't even acknowledge he exists.
No, he's completely just put him in exile. He's like, nope, we're not even talking about him.
So
we're not going to mention him.
Just so Menners is clear. KMS is going to end, and he's never even going to be noticed. Just nothing.
Don't say
you're irrelevant. You're lint in the pocket.
Don't say that. That's going to crush him. Don't say that. That's
I'm serious. That's what he is. He's a nobody.
Someone check on Menners tonight if you hear. That's not good. That's going to put him over the. I don't think that's
thoughtless.
Nothing.
That's what you are. You're lint.
You know what I hear in that? I just hear Kirk was right. Because what that is that's somebody who is a much needed break. This time out of being away from the network and away from the show. I know Kirk's alluded to some people care about the show a little too much. Like they get too, and I think that's what Menners is.
This guy puts on a whole fake accent. It's fucking weird. Fake Aussie. I mean, it's ridiculous. A total fucking fraud. Total fucking fraud. Can smell a rat. Yeah. An absolute fucking rat fuck. You hear it in his voice.
I'm telling you right now, he's dead to me. Yeah. Menners is completely dead to me. I tried to wipe the slate clean. I don't care if he doesn't like the show. You can even say you don't like the show. You don't have to stand by calling me a talentless fuck. You don't have to call Christian a drip. You don't have to. That is just irrational lashing out behavior.
Have you seen what he looks like?
I know.
Well, a drip?
I mean,
Jesus Christ, dude. Come on, Menners. I mean, you don't look Australian.
No.
You look like you work from home. I mean, that's probably correct there.
Oh, where do you think he actually is from? Like when you see him, what pops in your mind? Is there a certain region?
New Jersey.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say like East Coast.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's fair. Like Jersey City.
Yeah, like chess club captain growing up, kind of got picked on, kind of reinvented himself into a new world in the the online scheme.
And you think like he
big into the metaverse? If I had to bet.
You think maybe one day that like they heard there's an Australian like I forget how he came into play with the whole KMS scene, but like. Maybe he thought that was his way in. He had some elaborate plan, like, "Oh, I'm a Minute fan from Australia."
No. I don't think this was just a KMS thing. I think he reinvented himself online as an Australian,
like a full blown.
Yeah, and then he found the KMS world, and he's like, there's some sociopaths in here. I can fit in here, and he's right. It's a good spot to come if you're faking stuff.
Probably the best spot to go, right?
But just fucking psychos. It's a good spot to come.
Oh my God, you've been on for this from the get go.
I'm telling you, the guy's a total fraud.
Yeah, you've been all over this. Yeah. You really have been. Oh boy. But yeah, crazy news out of KMS. Well, we got a show coming tomorrow. When you're hearing this, the show will already be released, so we're not going to talk about Wednesday's episode because we haven't heard it yet. But yeah, we'll see where this goes, and hopefully, I am still, like I said, there's a small little hope for me that this is just a reactionary thing, and he's going to be like, you know what, I can still live this out for another year or something like that. That'd be great. Because remember, originally he said I'm going to do the contract. I'm going to play out my contract.
What's he have on his actual contract then?
He's got another year and a half or something like that. He's got till June and then a whole nother year, I think.
So he'll have like 6 months after he comes back?
No, it'd be a full year. It'd be like after the Will. Like I thought for some reason
he's taking a full year after the Wilbur. So then.
Oh yeah, I'm under the presumption that nothing would change. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Yeah, I would have no idea. But crazy stuff. We'll see how that goes. We got to get into some other stuff too. Do you have anything you want to bring up here off the top? I know I kind of just.
I got a few things. What do you want? I mean, we can. We can check back to last week. We can check in on Hank
please tell us.
Black bear.
Please, this is your story.
I mean, he's electric. I mean, what can you say? He's a massive black bear that's just terrorizing fucking Southern California. Mm-hmm. He's broken into now 33 homes.
Okay.
Yet to hurt anyone or any animals. So, which, I mean, pretty remarkable.
Very.
153 phone calls have been made to the police.
Is he captured?
No.
So he's just on the loose still.
He's just still eating. Here's the thing. Now is the time where bears usually go into hibernation.
Okay.
He, however, is not going into hibernation, and he is still on a food rampage. He's not afraid of humans anymore, and he's just completely just after food.
Really?
Yeah, he's skipping hibernation and just eating his way right through. He's realized that he doesn't need to kind of like store everything up.
Right.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm good. I can just keep eating and shitting freaking all right through the winter here.
Dude, Hank the Tank.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he is.
So hold on, not quite done there.
Please tell me.
There was breaking news after they got a police. They showed up. They wanted to know more information on Mr. Hank. Mm-hmm. They found in one of the scenes 3 other bear DNAs from 3 other bears. So they're saying
he's got a clan or something.
They're thinking that he might be building a bear clan.
Wow. He's like, hey, we don't need to hibernate, guys. Like, we're good. It's warm. We can get food.
He's like, one, we don't need to hibernate. 2, nobody seems to care as long as you don't go after them. It seems to be. So I don't know. I think I'm pretty much full on board with Team Hank.
Where is this? California?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the police are probably like, you know what? There's so much looting going on. The homeless. You mean to tell I'm going to respond to a bear in a supermarket? Fuck you, buddy. I am chilling. That's
they've shown up 33 times out of 157 phone calls. Not bad.
Have they seen the bear yet?
I don't know. I don't know, actually.
Have they drawn a weapon on him? Have they told him freeze, hands up? Have they given him a chance?
But they said that they are going to try to, what is it, when they tranquilize him, and then they're going to try to tag him. And
they said that about Harambe.
Somewhere else. Yeah, exactly.
Said the same thing about the gorilla. No, that's crazy. That is wild. You mentioned last week. I wanted to bring this up. People didn't believe the creepy coworker story A lot of people were saying there's no way that's true. You're lying. You guys wrote this down.
What yours, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we both. We both had creepy coworkers. I'm talking about Mr. Richard, the voicemail.
Dick.
So I figured this would be maybe a good time to at least prove it true. We'll give Richard a call. He's working. I think I'm pretty sure they're open till 9. It's 7:23 right now. I don't know how this is going to go. It could go really well. It could go really bad. To say. I haven't talked to this guy since the creepy, or I shouldn't say the creepy voicemail, probably since the lunch, or maybe like a week or two after that creepy lunch. Because like I said, he was on vacation when I put in my 2 weeks. By the time I had left the company, he wasn't there that day. So long story short, I hadn't talked to this guy in well over a couple of years. I don't know how this is going to go. Did you have any predictions on how this is going to go?
How are you approaching this?
I'm just going to call him and maybe say, hey, look, man, my voicemail was messed up. I just got your voicemail. Like it was
2 years.
5 years.
5?
2018 or 17. So yeah, 4 or 5 years. So yeah. And I'm going to apologize and we'll see. We'll see if he remembers me. Because maybe he's got a bunch of these like interns, like assistant type of deals. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's going to remember. He has to. It was sincere.
Do you think he's mad at me? Do we have to sneak in a live? Do we have to sneak in a live tape? Can you sneak in a live tape?
You would just say live tape.
Right as he answers the phone.
Live tape?
Maybe we just don't even do it. He's not gonna know. Not gonna know. Fuck. Don't even say.
We're not gonna get sued. What the fuck do we care?
Honestly, exactly. What the fuck's he gonna say? Hang on one sec. All right, let's do it.
Hello, Richard Roby's office.
Hi, is Richard available by any chance right now? I was just a longtime friend. My name is Michael.
I think so. And you said your name was Michael?
Yes.
Sure. Hold on just 1 second.
Hello, this is Rich.
Hey, Richard. I'm not sure if you remember. Richard Roby, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hey, Richard, this is Michael. I've worked with you a few years ago. I just got your voicemail. My voicemail has been real messed up. I don't really update my phone too often. I just got your voicemail talking about where you hadn't heard from me in a while. How the hell are you, man? I'm so sorry that I haven't called sooner.
Mike, is this the one that had the Roadhouse Cafe with me?
Yes. Yeah. Come on. It's your buddy Mike. It's your buddy.
Mike, I often refer to you around the office as the one that got away.
No, come on, Richard. Richard, what do you mean by that? Come on, Richard.
Mike, I'm sorry. I'm just having a moment here. I haven't thought about you in a while, man.
Richard, we had a very professional relationship. I didn't know you that long. I didn't know, you know what I mean? When I got your voicemail, I was confused. It sounded like there was a lot of emotion behind your voice. What's the reason for the 8-minute, emotional voicemail? What's going on there?
Mick, I really liked you, Mike, and you ghosted me. Next thing, I come back from vacation and you won't respond. All I did was ask you if you liked your penis sucked a little bit.
Richard, in fairness, Richard, that's not a very appropriate question. Usually,
keep talking.
I had a coworker. Richard, what is going on back there? It sounds. Jesus. Richard, are you touching yourself, Richard? Richard! I was Richard! Oh, Jesus, I was calling for a job recommendation, Rich. Jesus Christ. Good to hear from you, man. I hope everything's well. Holy shit, dude. That was fun. Oh, boy, man. I don't know, man. You can't, yeah.
The one that got away. The one that got away, baby. The one that got away. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Good for him.
Richard, man. He sounded a little beaten up about the whole thing, didn't he? He sounded a little... He was happy to hear from me.
Think he's hurt. Think he's hurt right now. There's no doubt about it. First time he's heard from me in 5 years. He's not feeling too good.
Man, dude. Holy hell. Yeah. Well, I went better than I thought. I didn't know if he was going to answer. The fact that he's got a secretary now. How about that?
Yeah, good for him.
He's got a secretary. Yeah, I told you he was like the sales manager or something. It sounds like he's higher up now. I mean, he was like the thrill in his voice, though. I mean, I can't wait to clip that. He was happy when he found out. He said, "My buddy Mikey," I think is what he said.
He said Roadhouse Mike. I mean, jeez. Roadhouse Mike, often referred to around the office.
Oh, do you think he's got a picture of me like hanging up or something?
Often referred to.
Oh no!
I'll tell you that much.
Oh my god,
that's pretty brilliant.
Wow. Well, Richard, we'll check in with Richard again. I'm in the market for a new car, so I mean, hey, maybe he'll fucking sell me a car with a good margin, you know?
I'm sure you'll have to give him, a good friendship hug.
Oh boy, what else you got? You got anything else? What else? I got a couple of things on here.
Yeah, I got a couple. Well, did you see our buddy, our one of the guys that actually kind of got me into the UFC? One of our early guys, Cain Velasquez. You see the news?
I did. I didn't see too much of it. All I saw was attempted murder charges being held on.
Yeah.
In Mexico or here in the States?
No, it's in the States. I think it was like in Florida or something.
Okay. So what's happening? That's got to be scary.
Yeah. Well, one, I think this has got to be the biggest W a Mexican gang has ever had.
Why is that?
Like the Mexican prison gang is going to have Cain Velasquez walk onto the prison yard and they'll be like, yo, we just got the best. Yeah. Let's go. We're taking over the yard.
Seriously.
Like they're going to be big hype.
I don't think there's a person in the world that could like.
They just got a heavyweight champion in their corner. Like Mexicans, whatever jail he's going to, Mexicans run the yard. Like they are running the fucking yard.
Yeah, San Jose, California. Yep, this is crazy. They don't really know. They're still kind of. They haven't released too many details, but he's still being held on attempted murder. Dude, this guy. I watched the video of John Jones getting restrained by like 8 officers, and they were very polite. They were great, right? It was a tough video to watch because John Jones is clearly fucked up. I cannot imagine being the cop on detail saying, "Hey, you got to go get Cain Velasquez at the fucking warrant." Like, you know what I mean? You got to serve this warrant for Cain, Cardiac Cain, the killer. Like, are you kidding me? It's his face is more the thing. Like, he's got that blank stare. Like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Oh, God.
He looks kind of like the brothers in Breaking Bad, the twins.
Yes.
You know how they have that like dead fucking look.
Yeah, like blank stare.
Fuck.
Nope. That's crazy.
But yeah, they just shout out to the Mexican prison gang that gets him as a pickup. That's a major win.
Yeah,
major
for sure.
Win.
Absolutely.
Who would you take? So if you had to pick somebody to defend the whites, we're in prison.
The whites.
We're in prison. We're in prison.
The whites. Yep.
We're in prison. Mexicans have Cain Velasquez now. Mm-hmm. Who is your number one? They got to be a criminal. Who are you putting in there?
He's gonna be a white guy.
Yeah, criminal.
He has to be a criminal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's part of it.
You put me on the spot. That's a good question. Do you have someone in mind?
No, this is
okay.
Just kind of popped
in. A white criminal that's really mad.
I mean, blacks have got to put forward John Jones.
He's definitely up
there. They have O.J. Simpson.
Need another one.
There's some good ones.
Yeah.
There's some good ones. There's some good criminals. The blacks have some good criminals.
Oh my God. You're gonna get us canceled.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm trying to think. It's like Brock Lesnar's never been arrested, right? Because he would be like my number one.
Oh, you're gonna give me a Dewey.
Yeah, something, right? Give me something. Or like a big Richie Incognito.
Oh, shit.
Remember him?
Yep, he'd be a good one.
Yeah, he'd be a good. Yep. And he's someone that like you'd have to kill to stop fighting.
Yeah, probably. Like he's like just dumb in the head and wouldn't stop.
Right.
Yeah, I know
exactly. Yeah, he's got that Nate Diaz syndrome.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think who would be who's your top dog that you're taking there.
I mean, it's got to be a bigger guy, right? I mean, I think
got to think of a big
Incognito's not a bad one.
Yeah, but Cain Velasquez and John Jones is probably going to put a whipping on him.
For sure, but I mean, I just don't know too. I don't know.
Has Tyson Fury ever been arrested? He has.
Oh, shit. Oh, hold on 1 second. Sorry.
I think Tyson Fury's been arrested.
Tyson Fury?
I think he's been arrested.
You might be right.
Might have our white boy.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Oh.
I'll take him. Fine.
Yeah, I would take Tyson Fury.
We'll take him. Yeah. Another thing I want to jump in here. This was a topic I woke up to. I forget which day you guys were talking about it, but it infuriated me. I mean, it infuriated me. We're not going to talk about the war. Don't worry, folks. This is not a war topic, but it has somewhat related to it. You and Al were discussing Alex Ovechkin, the Capitals hockey player. He got asked, and he's Russian, obviously.
Oh, my God.
He got asked a question basically about the war, right? Isn't that sound? He just got asked his thoughts on the war.
Yeah, dumbest question ever.
You think it's dumb? I'm going to play it then. You think it's a dumb question, huh? Why do you think it's dumb, real quick, before I even play it?
Yeah, because what do you need to hear from Ovechkin? It's so dumb to be like, oh, I need to hear from like knowing that he's coming from like a dictatorship country where like he has no say in anything, and like there could be harm done in his way or towards his family way if he's spoken against them. Like, what's the point of asking them that? Like, you're hoping for a juicy headline and knowing what? That his family's gonna get fucking attacked or something's gonna happen. Like all of a sudden they're gonna get their version of the IRS throughout his whole family. You know, like whatever's gonna happen happens, whether it's violent or financial or.
Yeah, I think it's a fair question. The first question, because it's cut up here, he's answering two different questions. The first one is his thoughts on the war, and the second one is does he still support Putin like he has in the past because he's taken pictures with him and shit like that. So let's just play it, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it.
Obviously, it's a hard situation. I have lots of friends in Russia and Ukraine, and it's hard to see the war. Like, I hope soon it's going to be over and there's going to be peace in the whole world.
Do you support Russia's invasion of Ukraine?
Shut up, you stupid bitch.
Like, I'm Russian, right? Sometimes, like, something I can control. It's not in my hands. How I said, like, I hope it's gonna end soon and it's gonna be peace in both countries. And I don't control this one. Well, he's my president, but how I said, like, I'm not in politics. Like, I'm an athlete, and how I said, hope everything is gonna be done soon. It's.
So I mean, you get the gist, like that.
Do you support the invasion from Russia to Ukraine? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
shut up.
Listen, I don't think it's unfair to ask an athlete, particularly a Russian one, who's one of the more
comfy when you live here in the States where nothing can happen when you ask anything.
Just forget the aspect. I understand that it's dangerous in Russia. Even to ask the question, I don't think it's a bad question. If he wants to give a vague answer because he feels that his family is at risk if he speaks out against the dictatorship in Russia, fine. I don't think he should be criticized for that. But I also think it would be ridiculous to sit there to the biggest professional hockey player in the world, Alex Ovechkin, and clearly the biggest Russian athlete probably known around the world, and sit there and pretend like nothing's going on and talk about
CCM's dropping him.
But hold on.
This is ridiculous.
Hold on. You guys said that you shouldn't, you and Al both said that you shouldn't ask this question. And I'm saying, are we just going to pretend that like nothing's going on?
You don't have to pretend that nothing's going on. You asking the reporter asking that question like, oh God, I hope this is going to get a juicy headline out of it. Like that's the only reason that person's asking the headline. There's nothing to gain out of that question.
Maybe so, but people know that. Like, people see the Deadspin headlines and like, that's bullshit. And if you don't, then you're an idiot.
And you're seeing the results now. He's getting dropped by CNN.
Hold on. That's their decision. That's not necessarily because Deadspin wrote a stupid article.
It's not just about Deadspin doing an article.
His sponsor dropped him, CCM. They're saying, we're not going to market any Russian athletes. So it wasn't just Ovechkin.
Yeah,
it was
fucking
everybody.
Stupid.
I don't agree with it, of course. I mean, and I don't think any money's coming out of his pocket. It doesn't sound like it. It just sounds like, hey, they're not going to run the fucking commercial with Ovechkin on it right now. Yeah. Right? Stupid, I agree, because he's not some fucking war signal, right? He's a fucking hockey player from Russia.
He's done a thing.
Nothing at all. I agree. But it's still, like, I think it's a fair question. I think you guys have a problem with people's interpretation of it. Like, you guys hate the Deadspin stuff. You guys hate the SB Nation article.
The question.
The question's fair.
Stupid question.
Then what are we supposed to do? We're going to talk about the third line, the forecheck? Like, you know what I mean? What are we doing?
What have you asked them for the last 3 months?
But if any other
now
sport,
you're going to ask them about the Russians' war, could be politics.
So you have a problem with like any kind of question that's not related to sports, or is it just the war?
No, if it's going to possibly endanger them, if they have to answer the question, then you're just an asshole for asking the question.
I think you're going a little far with that.
If it's an American, like having fucking LeBron speak out against Donald Trump.
Right.
Like, that's nothing.
It's not the same.
It means nothing.
And it's a similar way to look at it was the Chinese athlete who basically got exiled and said, hey, she spoke
Enes
out.
Kanter. Enes Kanter can't even go home.
Right.
He actually spoke out against his friend. That's exactly why. Like, that's why it's dumb. Like you want Ovechkin to be like that. But he doesn't want to. He wants to be able to go home. He has family there. He doesn't want to be like Enes Kanter, where his dad has had assassination attempts on him. Like, that's what it's like living over there. So why ask that stupid fucking question so you can get a headline? It's dumb.
Part of
You
me
want to ask anybody from here in America? Great.
I think the question has to be asked, though.
Oh, it's so dumb. Such a weak question. By being like, yeah, because it has to be asked. Why?
Because
a
he's the
standard
biggest.
of what?
No, because he's the biggest Russian athlete in the world. When you think Russian,
he gonna do?
hold on. When you think about, at least for me, like especially during sports, I think of Alex Ovechkin when I think of Russian sports, of anything to do with it. So it's like, and a guy who's clearly spoken out. My point is, if there's a big issue happening in America, they're gonna ask LeBron, they're gonna ask Brady, they're gonna ask whoever. So whether it's Kaepernick, I know it's not the same. I know it's a war and it's not comparable. But I'm saying the biggest. You can't see that. They're not gonna ask it.
None of them are going to get in trouble. Nothing can happen to them.
And I'm saying I don't think Ovechkin's gonna get in trouble if he gives a neutral answer like he gave.
Like, hold on, just like
But
you told me.
hold on, why can't you say that though? He didn't give some inflammatory answer where he's like, "Kill Putin."
Yeah, that's fine. I thought he did great.
So then what's wrong with it?
I thought he did great. What
He's
I'm
an
saying
adult.
is,
He can choose
and I'm
what he
saying
wants
the
to
reporter's
say.
an asshole. Just like you said earlier, like when you have countries that are controlled by a dictatorship, like you told me that earlier about the soccer player that got traded from Italy and ended up having to pay, is basically exiled from Italy now because once he decided to leave, they were like, "Oh, you owe us all the tax money that we told you were free on."
Right.
Like that's
Maradona.
That's the shit that they can do to like if Ovechkin comes out and goes, "No, I think Putin's an idiot, and I love fucking transgender people and all American values. This is great. I'm with you guys." Like he could end up fucking himself. Like it's just dumb. His family could end up in that same kind of financial situation.
So I guess you're saying that it's the reporter's responsibility to know Ovechkin's like.
No, it's just a dumb
status?
question. It's a dumb question.
I just don't think it's that dumb.
If the reporter,
I think it's dumb
the reporter has no idea what's going on in Russia.
Of course they do.
Well, then what are you
All
doing? Like, then they know what the question is.
They're not asking. They're not asking.
It's
Hey,
bait. It's
hold
bait.
on. I think it is bait, but I also think it's a question that like, hey, we deserve to hear from the biggest Russian athlete ever on.
Ovi, please tell us, Ovi. Please, can you give us the breakdown on the war? I know that you sit there and you drink Diet Coke between things and you crack nothing but Russian vodka on your spring breaks, but please tell us more about the Ukraine policies and what we need to do.
I didn't
give
say
us
that.
more.
I just said, hey, you got to ask the question. All you can say. What
are your thoughts on people getting their heads blown off, Ovi? Please.
Wouldn't you be surprised if he came out and said, "I'm completely against this. I'm this, that, and the other"? Couldn't that be a positive message? I'm not even saying he has to.
And then his family, and then everybody in family, and all of a sudden, they're all homeless and can't get food and have lost their jobs.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, you're crazy. That's such a nice way to think when you don't live in a dictatorship.
I agree. Yeah, no, it is. It is. It's tough. It's a tough one. I just think it's a fair question. I think that he, especially as the premier Russian athlete, I think he's equipped to handle that question too.
Yeah, I think he did great. I thought he handled it perfectly. He basically didn't answer it.
Right.
Very, very patriotic.
He just said, "Hey, I don't want this war. Nobody wants war.
I want peace."
Yeah.
Perfect answer.
But like
Simple.
that's fine.
Great PR answer.
I have no issue with that. What's he gonna say? No, don't invade Ukraine because X, Y, and Z.
That's what the reporter wanted.
Yeah.
That reporter would have had she would have just had a soaking waterfall if he said that. Just right in between her legs.
But would you rather have it one way or the other, whether you don't ask those questions whatsoever, or you have to deal with the clickbait shit and ask those questions? I would rather deal with the bullshit people who try to spin it and at least ask the person the question rather than don't ask anybody any hard question or any question of relevance.
Yeah, but it's
it would be stupid if we said, "Hey, what about the Rangers defense tonight?"
You're a reporter, right?
Yeah.
So you're supposed to be doing some kind of investigating, right?
It's not investigating.
Or you're supposed to have some kind of knowledge on whatever you're asking. You should have the wherewithal to be like, hey,
I think you have to have the touch on what's going on.
Exactly. So if you have a touch on what's going on and you know that he's in a dictatorship, what's this question going to do? What's the point of isn't part of it when you're coming up with a question to go, what's the point of this question? Where's this going to lead to? All right, here, what's the point of the question?
So you're saying all reporters across sports have a responsibility to say we can't ask these Russians about this?
I have no idea. What are they going to do? What's a Russian athlete going to do when they're under dictatorship?
But Christian, that's unfair. If it was vice versa, if they were playing in Russia and something crazy was happening in America, I would expect the Russian media to say, "Hey, do you have any comments on what's happening?"
And they could say whatever the fuck they want
about
Trump
point.
because they don't care.
I understand.
It's not going to do anything. There's no harm, Mick.
But you don't have to completely speak out and say, "Kill the president, get him out of here." He just like Ovechkin. He's a grown adult. He's equipped to handle the question. I imagine most of these guys.
He handled it fine.
That's fine. So why do you have a problem with the question?
Because there's two results from the question. There's two results. He's an idiot and takes the bait and ends up fucking himself.
Who? But he didn't do that at all.
So the other result is the PR happy question that everybody already knew the answer to. So there's no point in the question.
No.
There's none. The only result.
No, there's
the
three
only
results.
result that you want. No. The only result
There's
that they
three
want.
results.
They want that one result where he comes out there and he says that. He comes out there and he says, I condemn what Putin's done.
But that doesn't mean that you can't ask the question. Just because a company wants to have a clickbait headline doesn't mean it's not a fair question. Just because they're going to take it and run with it, right?
It's such an ass question.
I want to call Al because Al was the one who was real pissed off. I'm going to call Al real quick. He was all fired up about this. I think he was leading the charge. Was he leading the charge on this one? I woke up and the group chat was fired up about this.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Hello?
Hey, what's up? This is the Beyond Average podcast. You are live to tape. You got a second?
Yeah, 7.
I got a big problem with something that I woke up to during the group chat.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's a
Here
hack.
we go. What?
He's a hack.
All right. I mean, you basically said that it was I think you said, quote, dickhead move to ask Ovechkin or basically any other Russian player what his take is on what's going on in Russia and the Ukraine.
Agreed.
Yeah, basically. I mean, yeah, for the most part.
Can you defend that a little bit? Why do you think that's a dickhead move?
Because it's a complete clickbait headline. They're trying to get the guy in trouble. What's he going to say, Mick? Well, is he gonna go against Putin?
Thank you.
No, Al, he's going to do exactly what he did. He's going to answer their question responsibly. If he actually believes that his family's in danger, he's not going to say anything stupid. But you're on.
And he didn't. And now the headlines are, Alex Ovechkin didn't denounce Putin and the war.
And that's from Deadspin and any other crap. That's
and he's
from
losing
crap.
his sponsorships.
But that's
what
not
I'm trying
because
to
of
get
that.
at. That's what the reporter was clearly looking for.
Listen, he's losing his sponsorship. Nothing to do with what he said. Nothing to do with it. He's losing his sponsorship because of what's happening and everybody's exiling Russia. It's not just him either. It's all Russian players. So it's not just Ovechkin.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like,
it's stupid.
It
But
has
Al,
nothing to do with Ovechkin.
But Al, you're confusing the question with the reaction. Like the people who are taking this.
Talking about no.
Yes, you are.
It's a dickhead move to ask that question.
Why? He's the most prominent Russian athlete in the world.
The answer is, he's not going to say anything.
But I think he did say something by saying like, yo, I don't want this war happening or anything. If he said, hey, I support what's happening, I'm in favor of it, you would be surprised.
He didn't say that. All he said is he wants peace.
I didn't say he said that. No, he did.
That's all he said.
No, he did not. He said, no, he didn't. He said, nobody wants this. I hope peace for everybody. I have friends in Russia and Ukraine.
All he said was, I want peace or some shit like that. He said nothing bad about fucking Putin.
I don't expect him to say anything bad about Putin. My point is,
that's the point.
It's a fair question. Al, I think it's a fair question. I think you're just confusing like the way people interpret the question or his answer and the actual question.
Mick cares about the integrity of journalism.
Because Al, if it was flipped, if it was another athlete playing in another country and something was happening here in America that was really bad, and I understand we're not a dictatorship, so it isn't completely comparable, but you don't have to completely speak out against the regime. You don't have to anything. It's just a fair question. I think it'd be crazier to pretend like we're just going to not ask the most famous athlete ever from Russia the biggest question ever, basically, of his, or one of the bigger questions in the world.
The first question is not crazy. The second follow-up, do you support them inving Ukraine, is just so
I don't like
dumb.
that. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would just.
It's like, what is he gonna say?
Yeah,
all
so
I would
dumb.
say is, hey,
it's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
No,
if he says something against the Russian government, then he's in jeopardy. His family's in jeopardy, or somebody he loves is in jeopardy. And now if he doesn't, he looks like a dickhead to everybody else.
Agreed.
Yeah, but Al, wouldn't you say you'd rather have the chance of like the misinterpretation, the clickbait headline, than just not even ask them the question at all?
I don't need that question. Nobody does.
I disagree.
It solves nothing. You get no information out of it.
Why do we care what Alex Ovechkin thinks of it?
Why do we care what anybody says?
Why is he any different than anybody else when they think of it?
Because he's the most famous Russian athlete ever. I mean, what are you talking about? Of course you would care about his opinion on what's going on in a world war, potentially. What do you mean?
I disagree. I don't know.
I'm not saying we have to take what he says seriously or we have to apply what he's saying.
That's what I'm getting
I'm just saying it's a fair question.
He's a hockey player.
I think it's a fair question. I think it's a fair question. I do. I don't know.
I disagree.
All right. I
mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to ask the question. That's fine, but.
What do you mean? Wait a second. You just said it was a dickhead move. Which one is it?
It is.
It's an asshole
100%,
move.
but you can ask that question. I'm fine with that, but I think you look like a dickhead doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Well, what? You guys just kicking me off already?
What do you got? You got something?
stuff?
What do you have? What do you got?
I don't know. What are you guys talking
How about the KMS? We already did the KMS stuff. We called our buddy Richard. We did call Richard. I don't know if I didn't tell you how that was going to go. You'll hear that one. That was interesting.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Did you? What are your thoughts on the announcement? The big announcement.
I don't know, dude. I feel like it's been coming for a while, but again, would anybody be shocked if he was just like, yeah, no, I'm actually gonna continue to work?
So I said the opposite. I didn't think it's been coming for a while.
At the same time, it's like, all right, he doesn't have to fucking be here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know.
that's what we were
But
saying
he
the
does
other week.
always say like, so he bags Steve Robinson and like fucking Chris on the show that they don't work and stuff, and it's like I feel like what the hell is he gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Christian
he's
asked
only
that.
what, like 46?
Yeah.
Something like that.
He's
Like,
too
what are
wait-
you gonna do? He's just gonna hang out?
Yeah, too much time for a grown man. He'll go nuts.
Well, I
Too much
taught.
time.
Like he's rich, but he's not like stupid rich. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's
Well,
not rich enough to like own a plane and like just fly around wherever he wants. You know?
he seemed pretty adamant about. I mean, he did say that he was happy to mentor us till the end of the summer, and you know what I mean.
I heard he actually texted me that.
That's right. That's absolutely correct. We asked Al, do you think there is a number that another company, I know he always says he's only going to work for Barstool and this, that, and the other, but say 3 years down the line from right now, he's already taken a year and a half off, or he's done the case, whatever. He's not with Barstool anymore. Do you think there's a number, a realistic number, a company could offer him and say, come do the Kirk Minahan show as, you know, people loved it and knew it?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think?
He always says like, oh, I wouldn't do it for $1 billion and stuff like that. But like, I think anytime when you start talking like real generational wealth, like you know that
well, let me ask you this.
Rogan, Howard Stern type money, then
Hold on.
I think you just got to.
Let's start here. How about Dan Lebitard, 3 years, $50 million?
Insane.
3 years.
$50 million, about 17.5 a year.
Nah, I don't think he'd do it.
$17 million a year, Al.
Yeah, he would.
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe he would, but
Nobody
I
turns
also
down.
have no idea how much he actually got left. Is like I have no fucking clue.
Al, the
He
only
actually has or whatever.
Al, the only way somebody turns down $17 million a year is if they already make more than $17 million a year.
Or they're comfortable enough.
Not if they don't. Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Not if
No.
they don't want to work.
I would say this though.
You know how comfortable you have to be for $17 million not to make you more comfortable?
And I would say $50 million.
Think about it like this. But he was making $1 million, over $1 million for a few years, and then say he got like millions left to him. You know what I mean? Maybe he's got fucking $10 million in the bank.
There's nothing if you're going to get 17 per year.
I know, Al.
You're,
That's what I'm saying.
You're going to triple your net worth. You're going to quadruple your net worth in 3 years. It'd be a no-brainer if that was the case.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I really don't. I feel like he wouldn't fucking because he could go make more money than he's making right now. Because about money, I think
he would laugh you off
but-
the fucking earth if you
Yeah,
told
but
me he
Al-
didn't think he would take 17 million a year to do this.
He could
I
make
think you're dead wrong.
he could make more money elsewhere.
He says he wouldn't do stuff for fucking $1 billion for $1 billion all the time.
Yeah, put a contract in front of him. See how real it gets.
I don't know.
Yeah. You got anything else?
No, not really.
No. Nothing else? Nothing else?
Trying to get some fucking food right now.
Yeah. Hey, we've kind of relit the KMS Twitter back. You know what I mean? We got that up and rolling again. Same with the network. I think the people like
that
us.
Fucking guy, dude. Nick, I think he like kind of wishes he was you and like he was younger.
Who are you talking about, Menners?
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah,
Do
definitely.
you get that vibe kind of like
A lot of
look
jealousy.
back and like, oh, I kind of wish I was Mick a little bit.
He's like, I wish I discovered Kirk when I was like 22. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
just kind of past that. Like there's no way he's gonna ever take off or anything. And I'm not saying we are. We're certainly not. But I just
No.
We're at least young and we got a little bit of energy. Like I think he's just like, this is kind of my groove. I got at least a small little thing. Like this is his peak. So I get it, and I get the frustration.
We think he's from New Jersey.
You think he's from Jersey?
Yeah, like born and raised.
Yeah, Long Island maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be, dude. I don't know. Like VD said, if you're from Australia, you're supposed to look like Steve Irwin.
That's what. And
he looks nothing
not
like
even
Steve
not
Irwin.
even any resemblance of Steve Irwin.
Nothing like him. Nothing like him. We're getting a bunch of calls. We gotta go. We got people calling up the ass.
Hey, brother.
Later. Yeah, we missed. There's like 8 calls that just came in a minute ago. I feel kind of bad.
Oh, well.
The BAP line's open. I'm sorry, folks. Al kept us going.
But we lost all of them.
Well, I mean, there you go, right there. Yeah, happy. There you go. Hello, this is the Beyond Average podcast. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
Boys, what's going on tonight?
Who's this now?
Ned Snark.
Hi, Mr. How are you doing today? A one and only Minute fan.
Good. Yeah, I came across on the timeline.
I appreciate you calling in.
Calling, guys. Yeah, so listen, I just want to throw my 2 cents in, and I'm sure it's traumatizing. What would the number be? Because there's a number for everything. What would the number be for you and that ex-coworker for to let him get to the next level?
I'm glad you said this, Ned, because we actually called this ex-coworker tonight that you're going to hear on the show tomorrow. The number for me, if I had to go through with the lunch, have a couple more drinks, and spend the night.
No. Just, no one finds out about it. Just a blowjob.
Okay.
He gets the blowjob.
Like back room of the restaurant, right then and there.
Yeah, no one knows about it. Nobody knows about it.
My current financial state, I would probably say 25 grand, 30 grand.
Jesus
Yeah, I'm
Christ.
broke, man. I don't know what do you want. I'm broke.
Oh.
I'm fucking broke, man.
So 30 grand means if there's 10,000 in front of you, you're taking it.
For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sure. Let's do it.
All right, guys. Well, listen, keep up the great work, and don't let Meadows get you guys down or whatever. He's I'm friends with him, but he is what he is.
We appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for calling in today. Look at that. I mean, the Minute fans, we're a clean slate.
They're
A clean
great.
slate.
They're
Ned
great.
Stark, what a great guy. What a great guy. Great Twitter follow. Give him a shout.
Also seems to be on more of Team Bap than Team Enners. From what I can see there.
Just about everybody is. See, the calls are flying in. Al was holding us up, man. I mean, Al owes the people an apology. The fucking guy. Do you have anything else for me? Fuck him. Hello, this is the Beyond Average podcast. Who do you have the pleasure of speaking with?
Mick, it's Richard. I'm just wondering if you wanted to come in for a Jeep and a hand job.
Richard! Whoa, excuse Richard. Now, excuse me, Richard.
round two.
This is a little weird, Richard, because I feel like we talked to you earlier today. Is this actually Richard?
I couldn't hold back from calling you back.
Oh, my goodness, Richard, my Jeep's about 78,000 miles. I said right around 90, maybe 100,000. I'm not there yet, but I'm about 12,000 away if I'm thinking about something. You guys got a deal for me? I know it's after President's Day.
How about oral?
What is with the phone numbers that you're giving out tonight? First, it's the wrong number.
No, it's not.
Then,
No, it's not. What happened, Tim and Canton, is this is exactly what happened, is Al, your buddy, Minute Fan Al, was on the line for
Big Brother
9
Al.
minutes. He was on the line for 9 minutes. He took the whole thing up. Everybody was calling in.
No, your original tweet, you had the wrong phone number.
Oh, sue me. I mean, come on. Give me a break.
I will.
Give me a break.
Listen, I'm just a cranky old man. I
Yeah.
literally just woke up from a nap.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you this. What are your thoughts on the KMS stuff? Obviously, the announcement. We were just talking to Al about that as well. Do you think it's official? Do you think he's actually going to take the year off?
Oh, what the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
No, I don't think anything because he even said it could change tomorrow. So,
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
No, I mean, Kirk will say, I'm going to change my mind in a week. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know?
No, I hear you.
I'm just rolling with, I guess I'm in denial. I'm just rolling with the punches and hoping that he sticks around.
I'm the same way. Yeah, no, I had the same take. I'm like, hopefully this is just like a little reactionary thing.
Yeah, but what do I think? I take a guy at his word. If he says he's done, I take anybody at their word until they tell me something else. So I'm taking it that after July, what is it, July 15th?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
The show?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm taking it that the show's over.
Yeah, that's
mind.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You?
I'm slight little optimism, but yeah, I'm kind of with you. I would take him at his word. We were asking too. We asked Al and I don't know if we've asked anybody else, but you're a Minute fan. Do you think there's a number? I know he always says that another company, he doesn't want to work for anybody else other than Barstool. Do you think 2 years, 3 years from now, there's a realistic number that a company could offer him and say, hey, Kirk, come do the Kirk Minahan show as people knew it a few years ago?
Yes.
What is that number?
It's 5,000 watts. And that's 5,000 watts at a tiny radio station, bumfuck nowhere, where nobody bothers him, where he'd be so happy and content and say, sure, I'll do that show.
Damn.
As long as nobody listens to me and nobody bothers me. Yeah, I do think.
You're
Other
so
than that,
right.
No.
You're so
There's
right.
no money in the world. He's already said that show is dead. It's gone. It's buried. I love and I love that show, and I love the new show. So there's just going to be a new thing where, like you said, it's going to be more live event focused. So great. That's just, I guess, the new iteration of the show.
Yeah.
But can I get to why I was calling? I have questions about Richard.
Please.
Did you guys talk to him tonight?
Yes, we did. Yes.
All right. That was one of the creepiest phone calls I've ever heard.
Wait till
I've
you hear
heard
tonight.
And made some creepy phone calls.
Wait till you hear tonight, Tim.
All right. How old? What's the age gap between the two of you?
I mean, let's see. I bet he was probably in his late. I would say he was in his early 60s, and I was in my early 20s. So about 4
Close
years.
to 40, yeah.
So fucking gross.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the age thing in any relationship. It's just so disturbing. To
I mean,
me.
hey, it's not a relationship. First of all, it's not a relationship. Let's pause
You went out
there.
to drink.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Tim,
Not a
I'm
relationship.
Tim, I'm a little shocked. I'm not gonna lie, considering you wanted to finger my butt. I thought you might have been into it.
No, I didn't say I wanted to, but I said I would. Semantics.
Hey, you're right. Everybody has a price.
So,
Everybody has a price.
Christian, do you consider what? And by the way, he didn't call you Mick, right?
No, he probably knew me as Michael. He probably knew me as Mike or Mikey.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
Yeah.
So, do you think Michael and Richard, very formal, by the way, here's Michael, here's Richard. So do you think, does that constitute a date when they went out for that drink?
100%.
Oh, come on. I mean,
I agree.
He broke,
Mick, that's a date.
He broke a sobriety of 20 plus years.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, literally, it is. It's mind blowing. Like a guy. I mean, you broke a guy's. Not only that, Mick broke this guy's sobriety because the guy thought he was going to get his willy wet, and then Mick just ran out of there. Unbelievable.
Did you ask him? Does he have like a room dedicated to you with like pictures and clippings? And,
so he was stunned to hear. You're gonna hear. I don't want to spoil it for you, but you're gonna be surprised to hear from our good buddy Richard. He was full of energy tonight.
Oh, he was full of something.
Christian have a Richard story. Everybody's got one.
I don't have like a Richard story of anybody like coming on to me like that.
No, you're not one with
the full court press.
No, he's not. You know, I guess he's not. The people who swing that way, they don't find him attractive. I guess they find me attractive.
You know what? I have a different take on that. I think because Mick, I have a similar story, and the guy's a chicken hawk. He's a predator.
Oh,
and I think Christian gives off the vibe. Don't even as a young Christian, don't fuck with me. You and I give off that vibe. Yeah. Man, I wish this kid was in prison because I'd work him over like.
You think that's the vibe I give off? Oh, that's great, Tim. That's great. Well, hey, thank you for the call, Tim. We'll talk to you soon.
Love the show. All right, boys.
Oh, dude, Tim in Canton. What a fucking legend that guy is. Honestly, what a legend.
He's the best.
He is. He's great.
My video just cut out.
What's that?
My video just cut.
Oh. Just doing this to me again, huh?
Literally just stopped.
You guys never make it easy on me with editing.
You know, gotta make it work.
What else do we have today? What else do we get? Oh, do you want to announce the Bappies?
Yeah.
Do you want to do that? Yeah.
Well, hold on. Before we go to the Bappies, real quick, because we were talking about the war.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to touch on before we moved on from the war.
We were talking about the war?
I think we were talking about the Ukrainians.
Yeah. Russians. No, we were hitting it hard. You're right.
Yeah. I don't know if you've heard, but CBS reported today that there's a war inside the war.
What does that mean?
There's an unknown silent war going on within the war. You know what that battle is right now?
I don't.
Transgender people.
Oh, come on.
I swear to God.
About? What do you mean?
I swear to God, CBS posted a whole thing today.
I'm not going to do this thing where I'm surprised, but what do you mean?
Yeah, they posted a thing today that the war that nobody and not enough people are talking about is the transgender people and them having to deal with this and trying to get out of there and how they're struggling more to get help and
like the transgender people in Ukraine.
Yeah, and how it's not accepted there as much. So
that was CBS's headline.
Yeah,
do you have the actual headline? Do you remember what it said? I want to read some of it.
It's in my phone.
I got it right here.
Do you really?
No, I mean I'm sure if I type in CBS Russia transgender, it's gonna.
I was like, that was fucking Jamie-esque. I was like, what's up? That was fucking incredible.
No. Here we go. A war within a war. Here you go.
Fucking nailed it.
All right. Yeah. Woman says transphobia and discriminatory laws keeping her hostage in Kyiv, or however you say that, the Ukrainian city, during the Russian invasion. Okay. This sounds like this isn't real. I'm not reading this because this isn't real.
Exactly.
This is a fake.
I would agree.
This is not a real person.
I would agree.
This is somebody looking for a headline. This might even be this whole thing might be made up and not even known about from the editor. I don't know. This isn't real. There's no way this is real. Yeah, nobody sat down and wrote this today and said, you know what? This is real. Yeah. There's no way. This
60,000 people are fucking. I couldn't tell you how many people are dying and worrying about, and that's what they're.
Nope. I'm not taking the bait.
You know,
I'm not. I'm not taking the bait on that.
I took the bait. I had to go look into it a little bit, and I was like, this is real. Somebody posted this today, and was like, this is good timing. I got a good pulse on the media right now.
I mean, it's more a touch than Joy Behar. I'm like, you know what I mean?
It was to get headline. It was to get clicks. You know, and it got me. And it got me. It worked. I was like, what?
And at least with Joy, like she wasn't trying to be funny.
No,
there was no like, hey, people are going to take. Do you think maybe
she's upset that she can't go to Italy? That's real.
Hold on. She's known for saying really stupid shit. So do you think maybe there's a slight person at I don't know what channel The View's on. Maybe there's a slight chance that somebody at The View is saying, "Give us another one, Joy. Give us another one. We need some ratings."
You know what I think it is?
They say something stupid.
So she goes over her takes, and they're like, "That's good."
Yeah. Okay.
But usually they stop her. They're like, "Not right now. We don't need that right now." You know what? Now's the perfect time. Go ahead, let that one go.
You're 100. That's probably what happens.
Yeah, Joy. That's
that
a good
producer. He's doing great. You know what I mean? He loves his job. He's like, I get her. Yeah, I can take her for her money anytime I want.
Fox came over and they're like, "Hey, we need you to slip one in there. We got a job for you." And he was like, "No problem. All I have to do is actually just let her speak. I don't even have to feed her anything."
Yeah. No, I love when The View's talking the Holocaust. They're talking the Ukrainian war.
Yeah.
Remember when Rosie O'Donnell? She was talking about Tower 7 for a while. That's what I think they got kicked her off. She was talking about like
usual
9/11.
on there.
Yeah, I think she was one of the regulars. I don't know.
She fits the physical profile of usually what's on there.
That's fantastic. There you go.
Yeah. Is it only women on there? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Just women only?
Yeah.
Fucking racist.
Racist.
Genderist.
Sexist.
Sexerist.
There you go.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's
good. Yeah. The Bappies.
All right, Bappies, sorry.
2022, we're about 2 years in on this podcast. I would say, what was it? February 20th was like our 2 year.
Not if you ask Al.
Yeah, fuck him. Okay. I think we deserve to do an award show of somewhat. Of just basically the last 2 years. We didn't do one last year. I think we talked about it, but do you
mean where we just give each other awards?
Not just
for what we've done.
I mean, I'm down to do that. I would love to do that. But no, I mean we could do like fan of the year, hater of the year. Do you have any of the ones that you specifically want to hit on?
Of the year?
Re of the year.
Do a re of the year.
Rees of the year. Rees of the year.
Do a re of the year.
Caller of the year. Program moment of the year, maybe. Yep. It's like the Oscars and the Grammys and stuff, right? Maybe we can have performances. Maybe we can have people call in and do a performance for us.
What do you mean by performance? What do you mean?
Like anything, whatever. We got creative audience. They can do something for us. Award shows have
I didn't know what you meant.
They have like a break in the action and they do a song and Kesha does like TikTok and crap like that. You know what I mean?
Wow. You think we'll ever get to that point?
What do you mean?
We get songs?
Like in between like our segments?
No, like Kirk or Howard, they all have people that just do parody songs about shows and they're just.
We have talented audience, and I mockingly said that before, but we do have some creators in the audience. Like I'm sure someone.
We definitely have some really creative people.
Yeah, we do. But the Bappies, I think March 30th would be a good time to do it. I think at the end of this month we could do it. We can do maybe a bracket going forward. We can have the fans vote on it. We can have. I'm not completely sold on what the categories are going to be. Figure maybe 10, 12 of them. We can have like a bracket. We can have I don't know. People can vote on it. We can have some fun with it. But I figured we have to go through some of I when I did the best of in 2021 or at the end of the new year, I skimmed through some of the old shows. I didn't do it fast. I mean, I didn't really put my time into it.
Ugliest fan?
There you go. Now we're talking. See, see. Now what else you got? Come on, give me something else. Give me another one. Come on. Most likely to backstab the program. Visionless Dave.
Most likely to get fired from their job.
Real job.
Yeah.
Out of the community members?
Yeah.
If people knew who the real Squirt Reynolds was, he would be in jail.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's that one, right?
You know what? I think the people actually do want this. We need to have Squirt Reynolds come in. We don't have to put him on video, but I think we have to get a call with Squirt Reynolds in pretty soon.
Yeah,
people are always interested in him.
Yeah, he's I told him to call in. I requested it, but he's our political correspondent.
I would say recently we've been back on the Squirt Reynolds tour, probably because he's been back on Twitter. But
this could be Squirty right here.
It'd be amazing.
We gotta wrap this up soon. Here you go. Hello, this is the Beyond Average podcast. Who are we speaking with?
Well, this is a guy on the couch.
I thought he meant.
I did too. I did too. The guy on the couch is back. What's up, brother? How are you?
Sneaks in.
I'm good. I'm on the couch right now. I'm almost knocked out.
There you go.
I had an alarm set to call you guys.
Oh, thank you very much. It's very nice of you.
Are you
fitting us in?
Are you caught up by chance?
On the couch?
Yes. Yeah. Are you caught up on the couch?
Yeah, of course I'm caught up on the pod.
So you are aware of your new title?
Yes. Furniture guy.
You're the furniture correspondent.
A lot of creativity there, Casey. You know, a lot of stuff.
You know what? I want to stop you guys right there. I want to ask you because I've bothered you both before this. Have you reached out to Cardis at all? Have you given them a call, an email?
Is he even calling with the show?
This guy,
he's literally calling to complain right now.
This is the type of phone calls we get off the air. This is exactly what this is. Yeah. Hey, can you please call and request a new couch? Not for you, for my own living room because I want to have a little man cave. What do you want to do down there? What are you guys doing down there? You guys slapping around? A little rat tails? A little boy time down in the basement? Yeah. Yeah, huh?
Call Cardis.
Yeah.
And then get back to me.
All right, guy in the couch. We'll talk to you soon.
Furniture correspondent.
That's our number one furniture. How many podcasts have a furniture correspondent?
Not many.
Come on.
You got questions about your furniture? Give us a call. We can call them up for you.
We are your guys.
We'll connect you.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. We got anything else today? You got anything?
I had a couple things. I don't know if you want. We can skip if you want.
We got plenty of time. Yeah. I shouldn't have said we got to wrap this up. We got plenty of time.
All right. I mean. Did you? I was watching. I don't even know. I started just on a clip going through my Instagram. Did you see Jack Harlow get asked if he would have sex with his cousin for $1 billion?
No, I did not.
So my first thing was, what a dumb question, because, and you know what? Jack Harlow kind of answered it, and like, he was like, "Are all you pretending that like that you would not have sex with your cousin for $1 billion?"
Is it a girl or a boy? Is it boy?
Wow.
That
was never clarified.
Did you discuss what the gender of the cousin is?
It was, from the conversation, it was basically sounding like assumption that you were going to have sex with a girl.
Okay, that's very old school thinking.
I mean, you're never going to be able to look in a mirror again, regardless. So,
my thing is, okay, continue. I'm continue. Keep going.
Would you have sex with? He was immediately like, yeah, no brainer.
Well, if I was Jack Harlow, I might not, because I'm already going to probably be worth a lot of money. And I'm going to live a pretty lavish lifestyle, and one where I'm going to be able to look myself in the mirror and say, I didn't fuck my cousin.
He looks like he does drugs and have some orgies.
Sure he does.
He might be able to get drugged up and just slip right through his memory. Be like, hey, did I even fuck my cousin? I don't even remember.
Yeah, but my point is, do people know about it? Was that known? Like, was it known? Because if it's known, there's Jack Harlow as we know it is over.
Maybe not.
No, but you're doing that.
We've seen crazier comebacks.
Because if you're doing that knowing, if you're fucking your cousin for $1 billion, you're doing that knowing that this is it. You're disappearing.
You think?
Yeah. You can't be known as the guy. Oh, you fucked your cousin for $1 billion? What are you willing to do for $1 trillion? You know what I mean?
Anything.
That's
a trillion, first trillionaire,
yeah.
anything. I get to beat Bezos, and I would, if I could fuck anything, you couldn't, there's nothing in the world that you could have told me that I wouldn't do aside from like harming somebody where
you're
I
saying
wouldn't do it.
You're the one,
I'd get fucked for $1 trillion.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
These are questions.
I'd get
here.
fucked for $1 trillion.
These are questions. These are
billion,
real questions.
I'm doing the fucking.
The hard-hitting ones.
Honestly, I'd probably get fucked for $1 billion.
$1 billion?
$1 billion, dude?
I mean, listen.
$1 billion.
I would have a hard time saying no to $1 billion. Just like you said with Kirk, everybody's got a number. Mine's lower than $1 billion.
Yeah.
Like that. Mine's a lot lower.
25 grand is what it appears to be from Tim.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, I heard that and immediately was like, well, first off, you should probably just change the number because that's just kind of a ridiculous number.
I don't disagree with that.
And then I wish I asked Al on it because I was going to, would you rather? Do you have a favorite porn star?
History or current?
Why don't we do all time and current? Maybe they're the same.
All time and current. I mean, that's a great question.
I know, it's so hard.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like Riley Reid's like the first one. Like
I love Riley Reid. She's right at the cusp of me almost wanting to. She's beat out.
Lana Rhoades, another obviously
Lana
big one.
Rhoades.
I would say from like a personal one, I always thought, what's the Hispanic chick's name? She's somewhat new. Like Emma Willis or something like that.
I don't know.
Dude, she's like some Hispanic chick. She's pretty popular on the best of page, as I wouldn't know from experience. Just somebody told me. And very good looking gal for those who are looking for something to watch tonight.
Yeah. Well, would you?
Do you have one? I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I guess before I follow up the other question, mine would be all time. I gotta say this with my 15-year-old dick in mind, and it's got to be Gianna Michaels.
There you go.
I loved her growing up.
Yep.
Really loved her.
Rachel Starr.
Rachel Starr was like, I felt like a knockoff version of Gianna Michaels because I feel like Gianna Michaels was all natural. Like, I just feel like her natural titties were just out of this world. I was like, those are just crazy fun bags. For my current, I would go with Adriana Chechik probably.
Yeah.
Because I just...
Familiar with her work?
Yeah, like if somebody came up to me and was like, hey, I'm dead serious. I think if they were like, hey, I guess this is where my conversation comes up. This is the question. This is the question that I was going to ask you.
I'm in.
So you get to fuck your favorite porn star, either one of them, favorite or you're either current or your all-time favorite in their prime, if you will, in their prime.
Yeah.
What a horrible way.
No, I think that's a great way to phase it.
You get to fuck her once.
Nice.
Or you know what? I guess you get to fuck her for a night because once, 2 minutes.
Spend a night with her. You get the whole time.
You get the whole night.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whole night.
Yeah.
Whole 8 hours.
So a whole 8 minutes of sex, probably.
Yeah, as you say. Yeah. And then a lot of talking.
You get $2 million cash. Ready? The catch is with the cash, you can't spend it on anything but groceries and your bills. Mortgage not included. So basically, your electricity. It's either or. You get $2 million cash, or you get to fuck her one time.
Okay.
Yeah. So like basically, you're gonna make the decision to be like to your family, be like, hey, we got a really nice gift, and we don't ever have to cover bills.
It's $2 million. It's $2 million. There's not. Here's the reason why. Here's the reason why. Here's the reason why. There is not a.
You're only buying groceries.
I'll tell you why.
That's it. That's really it. Groceries and your bills, like your electricity and your gas. That's it.
I will tell you why.
You won't even ever spend the full $2 million. That's how little you'll have in bills.
There's not a porn star. Excuse me. There's not a porn star, at least that I'm aware of, that is a good enough actress to, satisfy me. There's no way that she would actually be satisfied during this encounter. Especially,
I don't care about her.
But that's the thing. Like if she,
like Adriana Chechik, I'm picking her because
she's gonna be sitting there
think
like,
she would
"Hey,
suck the soul out
have
of
we
me."
started yet?"
No,
is what
I don't,
she's gonna say.
I don't even.
You know what I mean?
Adriana Chechik, I'm not even looking for the sex. If I'm being honest, I am literally. She's gonna suck the soul out of me, and I'm gonna sit there paralyzed for a fucking year, just like Stephen Hawking. Just like it's gonna change me.
What made you think of this one? Is there?
It was another.
Was it on Twitter?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I was going through and I saw another one of those.
Responsible Mick, sober Mick would say, "No, I'm taking this. I'm gonna buy everybody dinner. I'm fine."
All right, $50,000 cash. $50,000 cash.
Well, see, the thing is the food is like a responsible thing. The $50,000 up front's kind of nice, and I could spend it on whatever, right?
Yeah.
Wow, this is harder than I would think.
I would take the blowjob from Adriana Chechik.
No, I'd take $50,000.
I wouldn't.
No.
I'd take the blowjob.
It has
from
to
her.
be. It has to be like I'm saying. It has to be somebody who's fucking into it.
You know why, Mick?
You can't just go
I believe in my lifetime that I'm gonna have $50,000. I'll be able to acquire another $50,000. It'll be comfortable or whatever.
Yeah.
I also believe in my lifetime that I will never get a blowjob from a porn star. So if the opportunity presents itself, and I know that I could get one with my will, like I know I can get $50,000. I can get $50,000.
Work hard enough.
I can get $50,000. I'll never get a blowjob from that girl.
Yeah,
so
fair reasoning.
I think it's just like that. Like I don't even know what my number would be. Like what's my number where I'm like I move off the blowjob? Like I don't know. Like 100,000, I still don't know if I'm moving. That's how crazy. Like $100,000, I'm probably moving. $100,000 is probably where I'm like wow. Like 50, I'm like. But $100,000,
yeah,
or a blowjob from Adriana, a night, no, a full night, not even just a blowjob. I mean, I'm Viagraing up, I'm getting some ecstasy,
You're gonna need some PEDs.
MDMA.
You're gonna need a little bit of performance enhancers.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's one where, like I'm saying, responsible me is gonna say no, give me you get a couple drinks, you get this and that and the other, you get a lonely night, maybe a tough Saturday where I'm
lonely night, lonely past 5 years, Jesus
lonely
Christ.
life. Oh fuck! All right, fuck it. Jesus Christ, good show. We will talk.
We didn't do our read of the week.
Please, go
we
ahead.
didn't even do it.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you care. I was going to do the Gilbert Arenas. I don't know if you saw him get assaulted by Richard Jefferson.
Yes, that's what it was.
I wish I told you to bring audio of it.
I would have. I can probably. I don't know if I can load it up. But what happened? He basically was just like.
Well, Gilbert Arenas basically was out there on someone's podcast, and he was like kind of threw a stray at Richard Jefferson. Yeah. And he was like, "Oh yeah, that clown was drafted over me," kind of threw more shade at him, basically saying he should have been drafted nowhere near him.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he came out and debunked the story of why he was drafted after him in like a kind of like a funny way. Cause he was like, "You're right. It's in skill wise, you are a better player than me." And he was like, in going into it, as skills, like going into the NBA, you were a better player. And then he goes off on how he was just a degenerate, how he was drinking the night before the national championship game when they played each other, like a whole laundry list of shit, and just made Gilbert Arenas just look like the dumbest fucking idiot, dude.
Gilbert Arenas, man. He is he's a character. He certainly is. He's a character. I
just ran out of storage.
Oh, really? That's probably why it's fucking up. All right. Well, we'll end on that note anyways. If people don't hear the end of the show, that's why. But we will talk to everybody soon, all right?
All right.